So really what our technology and what we're addressing today is some of the common feedback that we, or the issues again, that we get from talking to people before they use our technology in terms of the issues that they have on a day-to-day basis. So a lot of people talk to us about, or they come to us for help whenever they've got lots and lots of people to staff to train in preparation for a BRC audit, or if they, let's say, have introduced a which they need to roll out the training very, very quickly. And, you know, so time is of the essence, but you have large volumes, and that is exactly where our technology aims to help in the delivery of that training. People also talk to us about the time and the expense. We know it's very challenging to get people off your production site to and your production lines to train them. So what we have to do is to try and condense the training, but have effective training, but to try and condense it down so you don't have to send people off site and you know, have the costly expenditure to actually train people in external courses where they are, you know, going off site, and maybe have the overnight expenses and hotels and travel and things like that. So this way you're able to bring the training in-house, whether it be, you know, that you have an external trainer that is an approved trainer to deliver training in-house as well. Well, again, you can, as a certified, purchase the certified courses from the Involve group and run that particular course in-house themselves. A lot of people talk to us about how they have that external or run the courses themselves, and then they send off the paperwork to the examination bodies to be marked. Well, again, our technology will I'll show you how we can remove that whole process. It is a long-winded process, and sometimes you don't have the results back, and people tell us about, you know, the length of time that it can, and I know it takes up to, you know, 10 days to 2 weeks for that to come back. So again, we'll be able to show you ways that we can actually remove the whole paper trail and the paper-based training, that you have the excessive paperwork mountain and assessments to mark after the training, and we're going to show you ways that we can remove that through the use of our technology as well. A lot of the time people talk to us about when an auditor is on site and they ask for the evidence of training, and how, you know, they run up the stairs of a factory floor into a filing cabinet where they think that the certificate might be actually held. Well, you know, to find that the paperwork or the certificates that they do need is not there where they thought it was. Somebody may have taken it out to, you know, for a previous audit, not put it back in again. So again, I'm going to show you ways that you know, you can, through the use of our technology, store and have that information to hand when the auditors are on site as well. Now, the solution to these problems really is by way of our PowerPoint and BRC Manager solution. The PowerPoint solution really being our solution that allows you to actually deliver. It's our keypad technology system that allows you to deliver group training in a classroom environment by use of keypads, the little keypads there that you see on the screen. And it's a little bit like the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire concept, where each trainee will be given a keypad. And if you picture yourself in as a trainer, I know we've got some trainers, we've got some quality managers and training or technical managers joining us today. So if you picture yourself as a trainer delivering this training, you've got your laptop in a you know, whether it is your boardroom or training room, or you know, your laptop is there. You've got this your training actually bounced off a projector, and each individual's got a little keypad there themselves to provide their answers. So I'll show you how this does actually work a little bit further. Then we have our BRC Manager solution. As I talked to you, this is the centralized location where we are able to manage the learning and the compliance in terms of the training is there. I'll talk to you a wee bit more later on in a second about this. Now, the platform really, it comes in four different versions. You have your online courses account, where this is essentially the information and the platform just to store the information from the group learning sessions in there and be able to see, you know, from a management perspective, what courses that you've actually purchased, what you've need, what you've done, etc., etc. We then have the Learning Manager, which you're able to manage your documentation, also the training courses, the ready-to-go courses, your Compliance Manager, or your compliance management there, and again get access to the information of the courses and the results and the certificates and sign-offs to the courses that you have actually done in a classroom environment. And also you can give people access to the e-learning solution there as well, or the e-learning courses. We also have an Audit Manager for all you technical and quality managers there, and I've just popped in in this slide the ability to manage your audits, whether they be internal audits or, you know, self-assessments, etc., that you have, to manage your non-conformances, your corrective actions, assign the corrective actions to the individuals, and there's a lot of automation in the follow-ups and email alerts, letting people know what is there, and you're also able to manage your supplier documentation in terms of the requirements that you have for that. And then we have the Enterprise Edition, which really incorporates the Learning Manager and the Audit Manager themselves into an Enterprise Edition, which brings all the functionality of the two versions together. But supporting the platform, the versions of the platform, we also have the BRC Manager tablet applications, which really allows you, again, you may be you know, providing training to multiple staff or even remote staff where they don't have access to the classroom environment. So you can actually download the training courses onto a tablet and you know, take them out into, whether it is downtime and, you know, maybe a piece of machinery that has actually been broken for a little while, and you may want to take the tablet down to the individual and provide on-the-spot training or documentation sign off at that particular time. Or indeed, we've got a lot of customers that do actually have staff that do work remotely, maybe on farms or remote locations. So again, the tablet can actually be taken out to the farms and the staff on the farms, the course downloaded or the documentation downloaded, and that member of staff can then actually complete the course at that particular time. And then when we get back into an online environment, we can sync up in a Wi-Fi environment. So we're very conscious that not all environments or staff actually operate and work in a wireless environment. So we have given you the ability to download onto the tablet and then upload again when you're back in a Wi-Fi enabled area. So again, people are able to get you know, access to, as I say, on-the-spot training, you know, the sign-off to the documentation for all the technical managers and that, like the corrective actions and non-conformances, etc. as well. But that's just to give you a little bit of a background on the platform and the products that we have there. The Group Learner courses, so this is the catalogue of the courses that we actually can provide you with. Now these courses are all ready to go, and these can be delivered in three different delivery methods, whether it be through the Group Learner technology, and that's the course environment, or indeed the e-learning versions of the courses, or the tablet versions of the courses as well. So this, if you just look down at the right-hand corner, this is the technology that we're going to concentrate on today. This is our group learning keypad. It's Respond Point and keypad technology that we're going to take you through. And essentially what you have, you plug this in, so just to set the scene, you plug this little white receiver into your laptop over here, and then you have the keypads that actually pick up you know, the data coming from the receiver and the answers coming from the receivers, and this little keypad will be held by each individual or each trainee within the course that they are sitting. But I'll show you, as I say, how that does actually work in a second. But yes, so whether it's food safety training, whether it's HACCP training, HACCP awareness, whether it's health and safety, slips, trips and falls, manual handling, fire safety, fire warden, first aid. You'll see that we have got quite a variety of courses there in terms of what we can actually offer. And again, these are predefined, ready to go courses. So if you have that urgent requirement for training staff in a particular discipline for your audits, or to get your compliance up there, then we have something that I'm sure that we'll be able to help you with. Yeah. So as I mentioned, the delivery mechanisms through the courses, through the classroom environment, the e-learning and course format, or indeed the tablet delivery itself. So what I'm going to show and start with first of all in the demonstration is the response point technology and the keypad system, and I'm just going to take you through how you're able to run a course in a group learning environment, or a classroom environment with our response point technology. Now we have, as I mentioned, the courses available that are ready to go, but you also have the ability to create courses, and you may have courses already developed that you run in-house in PowerPoint. This could be induction courses, this could be other courses that you run on a regular basis. It could be surveys, etc., that you would want to do. So we have the ability with our response point technology to integrate and interact with PowerPoint, and what that enables you to do is to create a series of question slides, whether it be refresher questions or whether it be an assessment at the end of the actual course, and pop them into your already pre-developed courses that you have and you run through PowerPoint itself. Now that again could be an induction training. A lot of people use this technology for induction training, and even recruitment companies who actually recruit for and on behalf of the food and manufacturing industries are using this technology to to actually induct or induce your staff before they actually reach your site itself. And what a lot of them do is that you provide your induction course to them, and they actually deliver it on their premises before, as I say, the staff actually come on board and join you themselves. We'll see how we're able to get the instant results from the classroom training through the keypad system, and where we store the certificates and how you can get access to them directly through the platform itself. And then we'll have a wee look at the tablet applications, and how you can deliver the training on the tablet. So I am just logging on now. I'm just opened our keypad technology. Now this is the system. So again, pick the scene of the group learning. You're in a classroom. What we have is the receivers plugged into the laptop, and this is essentially the course player where we will run the course from our laptop. Now what I want to do first of all, what you would do is you would make sure that you have your class list set up, so all the people that are attending the course and their names, and also then what we would do is we would make sure that we have the right keypad assigned to the right individual. But for the purpose of the session this morning, I'm just going to cover off the important areas. I'm just going to actually test my keypads first of all to make sure that they're all plugged in. And there we see, okay, I've just tested 2 of the keypads there that I'm going to use for the session this morning. Okay, what I'm going to do now is show you how we, the course player here. This is all the courses that I have actually got on my course player, and depending on the courses, these are the predefined CIH or pre-developed ready-to-go courses that are approved by the CIH that we do provide ourselves. So this is a list of the few of them that we have here. What I'm going to do this morning is just to concentrate on the health and safety in the workplace course, and I'm just going to run you through a few aspects of that. I'm not going to take you through it all because as you will see up here for this particular course, if I look, I can open the course here, and I can see the course here has got 8 different modules, and then the final assessment that we can run at the end of it. So I'm just going to run, as I say, a few of the slides, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop to the assessment at the end of it and show you how the keypads actually run. But for the purpose of this and to show you the format of our courses, now again, this can be run in the group environment or indeed the e-learning access as well. So I'm just going to run this, and I'll pop back to you a second, but I'll be keeping quiet now so that you can hear the voiceover in the course as well.
Welcome to this course on health and safety in the workplace. This course has 8 short modules, followed by an assessment. In this module, we will look at common accidents and why health and safety is important for all of us. We will introduce the ideas of hazards and risks and briefly look at health and safety law. By the end of this module, you will be able to name common accidents and ill health that occur at work, understand the factors affecting health and safety, state the difference between a hazard and a risk, identify who has legal responsibilities, state who enforces health and safety law. It should take you approximately 20 minutes to complete this module.
So at this point, I have just given answers. The questions there. At this point, I've answered the questions, and you can there see on the right-hand side, as you're actually delivering the course, the answers that are actually provided at the time. So I can see out of the 2 keypads that I'm using today that one person has actually corrected or answered the course correct, or the question correctly there. Now this is actually quite important because I know as a trainer and delivering training courses, what you want to make sure is that the content of the course is coming across properly. So you know, it's good to have this visibility. But I'm just going to run you know, a couple more slides just so that you can see, because a lot of people are not familiar with the whole concept of e-learning, but this will give you a wee bit of a flavour for it.
Most accidents at work in the UK causing absences over 3 days are due to slips and trips, which cause 50,000 accidents every year. Being injured at work while handling, lifting or carrying is second most common cause of accidents, 30,000 incidents. The third most common type of injury is falling from height, 14,000 accidents a year. There are more injuries from slips, trips and falls than from hazards that seem more dangerous, like fire, electricity and machinery. Why is this? We take more care in situations we think are highly dangerous and take fewer precautions against those that are less obvious.
That's a lot of serious accidents. Let's find out some more about accidents and illnesses at work.
Health and safety isn't just about accidents. It's also about the well-being of people at work and includes work-related ill health. Official figures show that every year more than 150 people are killed at work.
Okay, that just a brief snap of one of our courses in the pre-developed courses that we have, the health and safety one there, just to give you a little bit of a flavour for that. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to jump all the modules here and take you to the final assessment so that I can actually show you I can show you how the keypad system works in terms of the predefined courses that we have already developed. Okay, so this is the final assessment. Just tells me that they're going to ask me a series of questions one after the other. So I'm just going to bypass this. Now I am using two keypads here today, keypad 1 and keypad 2. So as I just randomly select the answers, I'm not worried about whether they're right or not at the minute. So we can see that again here we have got option 1 is the right answer, and one person actually got that right, and that is 50% of the attendees there. So on to the next question. Working in height means, okay, working above head height. Okay, I'm going to select the same answer for the two keypads, so we can see. Sorry, I pressed I pressed the wrong one there. But again, just to press the keypads, I'm going to give the same answer there again to this particular question. So the two keypads have answered the same question, and that was option 1, but the correct answer there is option 3. So it's just really to show you in terms of how the keypads work. I know it's very hard to show you this in an online environment, but you know, I am using the two keypads there just for the demonstration purposes of the course itself. So you know, you can see here along the bottom that we have up to 15 little blocks there. This is because I am using a keypad system with 15 keypads on it. We actually have keypad systems where you can have 10 people on it if you train blocks of 10, or 15, or indeed 30. We have a maximum of 100 people that you can train on the key. That's the maximum that the keypad system will actually go to. So that gives you a bit of an idea on the volumes there. So I'm just going to pop out of the course player there. As I say, you know, you would have access to the courses here on your laptop. You run the actual course from the laptop itself and have the trainees providing their answers through the keypad system. Very, very simple. And then what actually happens is that the information, the results, whether it be the class list, whether it be the indeed the results from the courses and the answers that are provided, are uploaded onto the platform where you have got the access to the information there, you know, in terms of reporting and that, and visibility as to what courses, etc., that people have actually completed. Okay, I'm just going to pop out of that now because I want to show you how the platform does also integrate with PowerPoint in terms of adding the question slides to existing courses or courses that you may have already developed yourselves in and created yourselves in PowerPoint. Here I have an induction set of slides here, an induction course that I work with. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop in a couple of slides for the purpose of the demonstration itself and show you how these actually work. So from here, what I can do is I can add, you know, different sets of questions here, whether it be a standard, you know, list of questions, and I'll just take you through that. So here I can say, what day is it today? Now, excuse spelling mistakes or grammar or whatever. I am going to go Monday, Tuesday. It's as simple as this. Whoops, excuse me. Okay, so what I can actually say here is that these are the answers. It's a multiple choice answers here. Does this question have a correct answer? Yes, I'm going to say yes, it does, and I'm going to select Wednesday as the correct answer. Now, I'm going to mark Wednesday as green because then I'm able to see, okay, yes, that, whoops, beg your pardon, that Wednesday is the right answer because all my right answers are in green, just to color code it so that it's easy visibility there. And I'm going to select the wrong answers there as displayed in red. I can decide how I want to actually display the information, whether it be in a horizontal bar, whether it be a vertical bar, or indeed a pie chart. This on this occasion, I'm just going to go the vertical bar there. And do I want to show a response counter? Well, that's the little grid along the bottom there as well, that we have the ability to define or to see the response grid there as well. Okay, so I'm just going to insert this slide, and that's popped in to that area of the presentation itself. And just pop that in and wait for that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another question slide. Now this is a yes or no answer, and on this one I'm going to say, do you like ice cream? Just a very random question there. Apologies about the randomness of it, but just to give you the show the purpose of it really. So yes, I can say this is neither a right or a wrong answer. So I'm going to say there that it doesn't actually have a correct answer, and I'm going to display that in a horizontal slide there, or bar chart there. So again, I'm just inserting the slide there, and what a lot of people do as well is to put in the attendance here. I can say that I've attended the seafood awareness. This is just another slide that I have actually put in there, or had in there earlier on as part of the training course itself, or the PowerPoint itself. I can put in a true or false. You know, again, I'm not going to put a you know, a question in for everyone. You can see the gist there that we're going through. So true or false answers, or indeed, you know, that's really getting an opinion on something here, is that they strongly agree, they agree. This is what they call a Likert. So they abstain, or they disagree, or they strongly disagree. So there's various different types of questions that you can actually ask there, but what I'm going to do for the purpose of showing you how it works is just to run this slideshow. And again, picture the scene. You're in the classroom, you've got maybe 15, 20 people or trainees in the session. You're running through the induction course. They've got their little keypads, which they're providing the answers to, and we get to the slides that, okay, I'm going to say that one of them is providing the correct answer here and the other is not. So here we can see, all right, that it's just going to churn the data here, and here we can see that 50% have actually answered correctly and 50% have answered wrongly there. On the next slide, oh, beg your pardon. We can run through I must have changed the order of them, apologies. We can run through the order of the, sorry, I beg your pardon. I'm using a keypad. Sorry, I didn't save the actual changes to the other one, I beg your pardon. But yeah, so I just go in here and say yes or no, do you like ice cream? So that we can do the yes or no. It doesn't have a right answer there, so I'll just insert the slide. So for some reason these are actually hidden, them slides, but anyway, you can see the as I say, the whole gist of the session itself there in doing that. What should you do if you need to leave site unexpectedly? This is the answers to the question here on this particular one. I should tell a friend that you're leaving site. Okay, I'm pressing that particular button now, and I'm going to actually say ask your production controller or manager for the permission to leave there. So we can see that number 2 is the correct answer, and 50 and 50 have answered that. So that's just really to demonstrate how the keypad technology actually works. And then what we will do at this point, I'm just going to pop out of the induction course again, or the induction PowerPoint itself. Just bear with me a second. And I'm going to pop into the platform because this is where we are able to then see how we manage the outputs from that. So as I mentioned to you, the results in that are then uploaded onto the platform. I'm actually just going to log in because I'm sure it's kicked me out now. There's a time waiting session on there. So I'm just going to log into the platform and show you where that information goes. You know, and as I mentioned to you, well, we have different versions of the platform itself, and I'm just going to pop in here to show you how we, sorry, I beg your pardon, how we can actually see the information. So bear with me a wee second here. Okay, so I'm just going to pop into the demo account here, and this is our BRC Manager platform where we're able to actually manage the results and the training and the compliance and the auditing and that kind of thing. This is just the auditing side, but I'm going to pop into the directories here to show you where we can manage people's compliance. So essentially, your employees, you can set them up as I suppose as a folder. Each one of these areas, if you look at these as a particular folder of information, and this particular one is a directory list of all our employees. We can also set up managers, suppliers, contractors, auditors, etc. But I'm just going to focus on the employees because it is the training that we're looking at and the aspects of training and compliance. What I can see here, this is William Burke. I'm just going to pop into William's record. So this is one of my employees who has sat on one of the courses that we have delivered through the keypad system in a classroom or group environment, and he has attended one of the health and safety courses, or one of the courses that we've run. This is just a little bit of information about William. I can then go in and see his training plan. So what we essentially do is we build up a training plan for the individuals, and we can see here what training that William has completed, what he hasn't completed. So in this instance, he's actually completed a few training courses here. So this is the food safety manufacturing level 2 level 2 course that he has actually done. We can see that it is completed. We've also got courses in the grace period, and this is really, you know, what you define as a fair amount of time to, you know, for that individual to be given to complete the training, and that's worked out with your manager and that anyway. And then there's other courses here that has been assigned to his training plan, but he hasn't actually completed them. But I'm just going to take a look at the completed course there. That was through the group learning environment, and this is essentially the results that have come from, and the answers to the questions that have come from the keypad system. Here we can actually see the trainee name, what the actual program was, the training course, when the course was completed, what date it was completed, what keypad number William was using, and his score in this particular course itself. I can see the questions that were asked in the assessment. I can see the correct answer of the questions, and I can see the answer that William has actually given to the questions themselves, and whether he has actually provided the correct or the wrong answer there. I can also view William's certificates. Again, when the auditor is on site and asking for information, you're able to get access to their certificate on site. And sorry, this is just launching the actual certificate in the Adobe file itself. So again, I have the ability to store, and this information is automatically uploaded, you know, as part of this. You don't actually have to add the certificate to that. We can also view the signature. So this is the class list of attendance itself. So I can again attach that to the record and be able to get the sign off to that to the course itself. So I'm just going to open that in Adobe as well, just for the purpose of the demo. So this is the food safety. It was done on the particular date and the location of that, and the signatures that we actually have there. So that shows you how all the information is populated into the system itself. And I just want to close out of this. Actually, before we do, what I can do is just show you how easy it is to manage a training plan. And you know, here we have all the group learner or the Respond Point courses, and also what we have. So this could be the e-learning courses. You could also have external training courses that you know, are actually run by other companies, you know, that you can add to the system as well, so that you can then actually get you know, a full visual I suppose assessment on on the actual training, the compliance, who's done what, etc., and be able to manage that. This is your documentation training. So again, you can add documentation to an employee's training plan. So this is the documents that they need to sign off. And you know, we can do that through the system itself. But you know, the training aspect of it is, again, how we deliver training to large volumes of people very quickly. And just on that, I mean, you know, one of the customers that came to us in terms of help that they needed, it was a company in the dairy industry, but they had essentially 340 people to train in 2 different procedures, and that was the CIEH, one of the CIEH level 2 courses that we had. So we had the ability to, you know, again, they purchased the keypad system. They were able to push out. They had 2 weeks to complete this system, or this particular training, before the auditor was coming back. It was a non-conformance that they had, and essentially they had to you know, train everybody. And they had 2 weeks to do it, but through the help of the keypad system and the response point technology, they were able to deliver this particular training to 340 people across 2 days. So they had 2 different sessions, one in the morning after the night shift, and then one in the afternoon. So we were able to help them, you know, as I say, deliver the training for 340 people across 2 days. So you know, that was good going on that anyhow. So so yeah, I'm just going to close out of this. I am very conscious of time, guys. I just want to pop back into the slides and have a wee look at this, and just look and have a wee look at the tablet applications again. We can deliver the training via the tablet. New concept, again, we're making use of more modern technology. So we have the tablets there. This is just the screenshots to show you there what we have. But again, we can launch a training course direct from a tablet, and in the same way we can get access to the employee training record, you know, and we see how compliant that they actually are. There we can see the training records themselves, and look at the percentage of compliant in terms of their training plan and what courses they have allocated to their training plan, how compliant that they are in respect to that training plan itself. And this is just a couple of screenshots of the course being launched on the tablet. And at this point, I know I'm always very conscious of time, and I try and get through as much as we possibly can. Hopefully that will have given you a bit of a flavour to what the possibilities are there. So at this point, I'm just going to have a wee look at the questions, some of the questions that we have there. There's a few people asking the same questions. Some of them I may have answered, but yeah, just to have a wee look there. Sorry, as I just look at these. Okay. Simon and Sarah, you're both asking how much is the courses. Well, we have different levels of courses, ranging from assessments right through to introductions, or level 1s, level 2s and level 3s. They start at like the assessments for the likes of ESOL and that's the English Speakers of Other Languages course, to determine what yeah, maybe other speakers of other language, or English speakers of other languages, what their level of English is. And that starts at £7.50 per assessment per trainee or per candidate. Then we have level 1 introduction. They are £10 per course per candidate. Level 2 is £15 per course per candidate, and level 3 is £150 per course per candidate, and that includes your certification in that as well. And you also, like for your courses only, you do get access to your online account that you're able to see the results in that as well, of the courses that have been completed, you know, the courses that you have actually done through either e-learning or the keypad system itself. Somebody's asking about the keypad system and the cost of the keypad system, David. Again, as I mentioned, we have 10 keypad system, 15 keypad system and 30 keypad system. A 10 user system is £695, 15 is 895, I think it is, and a 30 user keypad is 1495, And for anyone in Ireland, I can certainly get you the euro costing on that if you're interested as well. But don't forget with the keypad system, you're not tied to using it for one purpose. You know, it's courses, it can be reused over and over again. And this is the beauty of it, because it makes it such a cost-effective way of delivering multiple courses to large groups. Somebody's asking, is there a limit to the number of people that you can train at once? Well, that pretty much depends on your training environment and how many, you know, I think I may have answered that, but the maximum for the keypad system is 100 in, you know, in total for one receiver. It will take up to 100 keypads. But again, you know, your training facilities would need to obviously accommodate that as well. Someone's saying, I know this is on the training focus, but what is the audit tab in your system all about? Guys, I'm just going to very quickly pop into this for the purpose of the question. Excuse me a second, sorry, I thought I was in there. Where are we at? Here we go. The Audit Manager, just very, very quickly and it is actually one of the technical managers that is asking this, so I'm sure that there's an interest there. The Audit Manager is essentially an area that you can build up your internal audits, manage your audits, actually set up templates. So essentially, if you think about the clipboards and the spreadsheets that we all use to conduct our audits, whether it be a customer audit or, you know, an internal audit that we do on a regular basis, we have the ability to actually set up the templates and create templates to replace all the paper that we have and all the paper that we essentially use in the auditing and the compliance process, like that, and bring everything into an electronic format and have the information stored centrally in one area. So this here you can see we've got the different audits here. If I look at the glass audit there for factory A, I can see, okay, I beg your pardon, I should have explained this, that we have 3 statements in the the glass audit there, and we've got 10 statements in the health and safety audit. But look at the health and safety audit. Here is the statements that we actually have, and these audits are actually completed on the tablet device. So you're walking around and essentially not with the clipboard anymore and your spreadsheet or your you know, your Word document, your tick sheet. All the information is essentially put into the tablet, where you have the ability to, you know, take photographs and things like that as well to, you know, as your evidence, and capture the evidence of your non-conformances or your conformance as the corrective action is actually created and managed through that process. We have the audit schedule, so you know, you can see the audits that are coming up. We can define these, we can schedule them. You can see the audits that have been started, ones that have been completed. If I actually look at this is actually a self-assessment here, the BRC self-assessment for standard for packaging itself. So we can see the areas that we've answered compliant to and not compliant there. And also, if we had, let's say, the glass audit there, you know, we can have a look and see the commercial audits, ones that have been completed, the glass audits, maybe ones that have started, the annual checklist audit. So again, it really does depend on the audits that you actually have and do on a regular basis. We have corrective actions. So as an audit is done and there's a corrective action or a non-conformance that has raised a corrective action from, again, we're able to set up a corrective action, assign that corrective action to an individual. Here we can see who the corrective actions are actually assigned to, whether it be a supplier. Here we can see Simon James from the White Flower Company, or whether it be an internal member of staff who picks up the corrective action. That could be maintenance or wherever that the corrective action has been assigned to. And just very quickly then, supplier control. This is actually quite a new feature that we've put in recently. Excuse me, a lot of people have been asking us about documentation management for suppliers. So again, they spend a lot of time chasing documents and document requirements from suppliers, you know, spend loads of time like following up by emails to people that haven't sent maybe their BRC certification, for example, or maybe their insurance policies, etc., etc. Here I can see, okay, if I go into the White Flower Company, I can then have a look and see what documentation that they are that is required by them. I can add a new requirement and you know, add that you know, to their record, of which then they would get the an email to say, okay, I'm just going to pop in from the standard list here and their health or their life insurance, their health and safety. This could be their HACCP plan, whatever you want to add there. And then I can see, okay, this is the BRC certificate certification. They haven't completed that, but the supplier actually logs on, uploads the document that you have requested, in which they have had an automatic email about to say that, you know, okay, XYZ company is looking for your BRC certificate or your HACCP plan. They upload it, and you know, they go into an area of the system. They have a log on themselves, of which we don't charge for suppliers to log on, but they only get access to that particular area of the system. So that really, sorry, and I know I'm maybe going on here, but it's just really to answer that question about the audit tab. I hope you've seen enough in that. So very conscious of time, guys, and I know we sort of like try to tend to keep these to about 45 minutes. We've got a few other questions coming through here, but what I will do is what I will do, sorry, there's another one. Is there a charge if we put our own course onto the system? So that's what you have asked. Absolutely not. So your own course onto the system, whether it be that you're delivering this through the keypad system, you can run as many courses through PowerPoint that you have created yourselves and run it through the keypad system in your classroom environment. There's absolutely no charge for that. You know, and this is where it becomes a real cost-effective solution for delivering large volumes of training, or even training to you know, multiple users. You know, instead of actually sitting down with a big you know, set of documents, you know, that they then sit down with the assessment at the end of it and you send it off for marking. That all happens in the background. You know, you can actually set up your pass marks and things like that as well with the courses, and make sure you do it that way. So no is the answer to that. So that's quite a biggie actually, in terms of what training that you can actually deliver, and reusing the keypads over and over and over and over again, you know, to provide the training. So guys, I will follow up with each of you in terms of the training. Sorry, not the training, the questions that you have there, and maybe questions that have maybe arisen since the session itself started. But all that's left for me to say is thanks very much for your time. I really do hope that you found the session useful. So whether you are delivering training in prep for an audit, an impending audit, or indeed you just need to get lots of training done within the factory, it could be refresher training within the factory, a new procedure, a questionnaire, or an assessment or a survey done, then you know, the keypad solution with the BRC management platform is a great you know, solution for that, you know, to address them issues. So you know, do think about it. If you want to have a wee further look, you know, mention that when I give you a wee call back. But certainly thanks very much for your time, and we hope to see you on other sessions itself. If you are looking at how to manage that matrix, the compliance matrix made easy, we have another session coming up on the 17th of August, again at 11:30. Our sessions run at 11:30. I will keep this screen on line here if you want to take some details there as ways of getting in touch as well. But thanks very much for your time. I really do appreciate you joining us this morning. Bye bye now, and have a nice day.